Backup says, what inspired the name the Midsummer Station? Truth be told, it's all about the imagery. It's all about where your mind goes when you hear the title. You see it written out. I'm really into that stuff. I love thinking about where my mind goes when I hear two words put together that don't add up. And that plus the album cover, it's like, where is this place? Where am I going? Like, where is this music going to occur? And I love that. So that's kind of a short answer behind the name. Track number 5 is called "I'm Coming After You." So much fun. This might be my favorite track on the new record. It's really cheeky. It's not to be sung in any kind of seriousness. You know? So it's all about tongue in cheek, and there's nobody better at puns with the subtle genius of punnery, if you will. Matt Thiessen from Rhode Island. He, myself, and this guy Brian Lee, brilliant writer from Nashville, LA, New York, kind of bouncing around between all three places. Took a day in Nashville at Matt's house, wrote this track. So excited about this one. This one's like, I can't wait to play this one live. We haven't yet this year, but we're headed out on tour next week, I think it is. They didn't really tell me, just get on the bus and go and play when they say play. So that's on the set list. It's called "I'm Coming After You." Here you go. It's called "I'm Coming After You." Stoked out of my head about that one. By the way, be sure to stick around after we're done playing the record down and play some stripped down, very unpolished acoustic versions of 2 songs. So stick around for that. Josh F. asks, what's your favorite song out of any of your albums? And it's kind of cheesy, I have to say. Is it cheesy if I just say Fireflies? Because there's something about that song, for whatever reason, that people all around the world connect with. I don't know what it is, even to this day. But there's something about playing that song literally all around the world, on every continent, that there's a moment, there's the first sort of down chorus, to take out one of my in-ears, and I say, you guys sing this. And I hold out the mic and I listen to the crowd sing it. And every night is different, and that's the beauty of music, the power of music to reach people, because all around the world, these people that maybe don't know English as their first language, and they're singing these lyrics that I wrote a million miles away in my parents' basement. That's an incredible thing. So, Fireflies is my favorite song. Track 6, probably my favorite production as far as instrumental, like programming and synth work and just beat making on the new record. It's called "Speed of Love." I played a show last year at 930 Club in DC. I remember right after soundcheck, I started making this track. And I had it in my head for a long time. I remember playing it for a bunch of my friends. And check out the synth, this crazy, production synth.
Wow.
Nuts, So I'm really excited about this one. This is my favorite, dance production track on the record. Top line was written by myself and Matt Thiessen and Sam Hollander from LA. So here you go. I hope you enjoy it. It's called "The Speed of Love." Speed of Love, so cool. I just like listening to that. Usually I don't listen to my own music, but I have the final master, like the reference master on a CD in my car, and I start the car and that's playing, and it's like I have to just go drive around the block until it's over. It's so much fun to listen to. So, "Speed of Love." Aiden V asks, what's your favorite instrument to play and why? And I usually play the laptop more than I do anything else. As a producer, it's all about programming and MIDI, and it's like an endless world, worlds upon worlds. But I think drums, if I had to pick like a traditional instrument, I started playing drums in high school. I just like the way it feels to play drums. I just like how you feel it. You don't really hear it. You just kind of feel it. It just kind of happens. So at home when I'm working on a track, I love to just like program a synth line out, and then I'll just loop that forever. And I'm going to put on headphones and sit down at the drums and like write kind of beat over it, and then I'll sit down at the computer again and then program whatever I've just written. So it's really inspirational for me. Probably more as a device for inspiration than anything else, because I'm not like a drummer, but I love it. Track number 7, listening to the new record, Midsummer Station, playing it from top to bottom. So far, so good. We're about halfway into it here. Track 7 is called Good Time. And I've told the story a million times, but it's important, so it's worth saying it again. Working with Carly Rae was a dream come true. Last March, I was looking for a very strong female vocalist, and my manager said, I have a mutual buddy manager who does Justin Bieber, and he just signed this new girl, Carly Rae. See what you think. Here's a link to her music. Go see what you think. And right away, I thought I have to get Carly to sing this track because she's perfect for it. So it was as easy as I just got her email address and I sent her an email and I said, "Hey, it's Adam from Alice City. This is what I do. This is a track called Good Time. I think you'd be perfect for it if you're into it. So let me know what you think." And she wrote back and said, "Yeah, I love it. I love it to death. I'm in Ottawa." I think she was at the time. I'm in Ottawa, Canada. Send me the files, and I'll record my stuff and send it back to you. So I never got to meet her in person until the video shoot. So it was cool because I felt like I'd known her my whole life. But anyway, she's an amazing person, Carly Rae Jepsen. So here it is, called Good Time. Owl City and Carly Rae Jepsen is called Good Time. It was a blast to make that track. Skylar S. asks, what was your favorite part of working with Carly Rae? That's where it gets tricky because we did everything over the internet. That's the beauty of online and technology and sending WAV files back and forth, which take forever to download where I live. But it was easy. Usually when you work with somebody else, especially another vocalist, you send them their parts and they have this endless list of notes to say, this is great, but here's all the things I want to change, which is great. That's what collaborating is. But Carly was so down to do it. She was just down to get down, if you will. And she said, I'm in to get down, to have a good time. So all of a sudden the song was done, and I love how it turned out. If it was anybody else than Carly on the track, I don't think the song would be nearly as good. So get the chills when you listen to that track. So yeah, so grateful to Carly. Track 8 on Midsummer Station. Getting towards the end here. It's called Embers. And it's sort of the part 2 of track number 2 called Shooting Star. And that it's like this very, very sort of rise up, anthemic unite. Because the dark days are inevitable and they're headed your way. But you can't dwell on those things. If you can figure out how to look past those dark days and sort of join together to overcome those, you're way better off because you suddenly have a brighter outlook. So Embers is a very sort of rise from the ashes kind of song. So yeah, track number 8. Here you go, Embers. There was a track called Embers, big rock song. That one in Dementia, kind of 2 rock anthems of the record. Lots of big guitars and stuff, which I haven't really experimented with either in the past. But I love that stuff. I grew up listening to that stuff. It definitely found its way as an inspiration into this record. Track number 9 is called Silhouette. I love writing music from the imagination, sort of purely from the imagination. But this song is sort of the opposite. This is probably the most that's personal, sort of deep, very based in a reality song I've ever written. I have a song called Lonely Lullaby that might be rival to it a little bit. But this one is so down to the nitty-gritty reality of what I've been through. It's so drawn on past scenarios and past relationships that sort of went wrong and things I wish I could forget about. And, figuring out how to let the past live in the past kind of a thing. So very near and dear song to my heart. So it's kind of ballad of the record. So here you go. I hope you enjoy it. It's Silhouette. 2 songs left, playing the Midsummer Station top to bottom. So cool to be able to do this. I think they used to let artists come into the mastering session at the end, the 11th hour of making a record and play the whole thing down. But I don't think they do that anymore. So it's so cool to be able to do this and have you on the other end of the camera listening to. I hope you enjoy what you've heard so far. 2 songs left. Track number 10 is called Metropolis. It's a song about Superman, believe it or not, but it doesn't mention him by name. And it plays to the idea that everybody thinks superheroes are indestructible, they think they're bulletproof. You know, you can't take this guy down, but he has to deal with all of this baggage that never comes out. And what is that like? You know, um, how that must kind of like eat away at his mind behind the scenes. You know, he's lying awake at night. So it's a bittersweet track. It's another kind of a ballad concept, although it's a dance track. But this one I'm really proud of as well. Matt Thiessen worked on this one. He put a lot of great thought, inspiration behind it. And I love where it turned out. So track number 10. It's called Metropolis. Here you go. It was called Metropolis. It's like no other song I've ever written before. And that's like one of the tracks I love. Like if there's nobody who's any idea what my music sounds like, I'm playing that song. For some reason, that to me feels like what I was should sound like. You know, it's sort of a poster song. Eleanor Pajamas asks, what was the first song you ever wrote? Hello Seattle was the first one I ever wrote. I didn't know what I was doing. I just put down the first thing that came to my mind. No rhyme or reason. Didn't do any revising or tweaking. Just put it down. If it rhymed, it was done. That was it. I'm still very proud of that one. Looking back at it, if I would have known, people would have, more people would have heard it than I'd ever imagined. I probably would have taken a lot more time on it and worked on it a lot harder. But I think there's a beauty to that kind of naivety. So yeah, Hello Seattle, first song. Stick around after this next track. We're doing a little stripped down acoustic, a couple songs. It's gonna be some fun. Last track 11. It's called Take It All Away. I feel like it's the best kind of closer to a record I've ever done because it sort of takes you down gently after kind of a crazy ride across a lot of different landscape, lots of ups and downs. And it's a sad song. It's kind of a depressing song lyrically, but there's something about it that it feels. It's like why I listen to the Swiss Army Romance by Dashboard Professional if I have like gorilla problems and dealing with like relational stuff. You have to have something that you can sort of like heal with. And I think this song. My hope is that this song is that for somebody else. If it's that for one other person, my job is done. So, last song on the record, track 11. It's called Take It All Away. Here we go. iTunes, I hope you liked what you heard. I hope it was pleasing to your ears. I hope it felt good in your ears. Head over to owlcitymusic.com for all the very juicy details. We've got guitars and a keyboard. Here's a song called Shoot.